All right, we are live. Hello. Thank you so much for joining this space today. There we go. There we go. I can see everything. Hashtag replay. If you're watching the replay, say hey when you're hopping on. Let us know you're here. We're going to be talking about water and your thoughts today. Water and your thoughts. I'm just getting chills all over already. I'm so grateful to be here of service with you guys talking about this. This is something that I think about a lot all the time. So I'm always grateful for an opportunity to get in front of you guys and talk about it and see what your ideas are, see where you're at with your manifestation techniques, your thoughts, water, the type of water you drink, what feels good in your body, what you're already doing. And I love to share what Kat and I are doing too, and what works for us and how we're doing it with a community of people that it also works for. So thank you so much for taking the time today to show up, not only for yourself, but for your families, because the information you're going to learn today is going to help your families too, and it's going to help your friends. And that's the great thing about the element of water, is that it is a great connector. It is the great beauty of oneness embodied, because we all drink water and we all need water, and water is life, and we are made of water. And that's what I have to say. Kat, is there anything you want to pop on the mic about?
Yeah, sure. That was beautiful, Liv. I'm also really excited to be here talking about water with you guys. It's just such a primary element because it's in all of life. It's within all of us. And like Liv was saying, we all need it. And if you think about back in the day where everyone would come to the watering hole to get their nourishment and to fill their buckets, their vessels, and to bring water to the rest of their family. And that's what we're doing here, building this community of water bearers, because and actually it's funny too that we're in this age of Aquarius, right? We're all water bearers in this age of Aquarius, which is so beautiful. And just water is life. Like I always think of the agua es vive, right? Like every culture, everybody sees water as this life force energy that flows through all of us, and it's important what kind of water that we drink. And as we evolve in a collective consciousness, I think that we're becoming more and more in tune with that, the health of water and the type of water that we drink, and like how it's actually serving us, if it's actually serving us, and how it can work with ourselves to amplify, like you were saying, our manifestation process, our meditation process, our health and our wellness, and just our general well-being.
Yeah. And like, it doesn't matter who you are, or it doesn't matter what type of background you're from. It doesn't matter what your belief systems are. Like, water is something that can help you. And that is universal. It's a universal medicine and it's a universal tool. So let's connect with the spirit of water. If you have some water with you, get your water. And one of the manifestation techniques that Kat and I both practice and our community practices is talking to our water. So we speak in affirmations of whatever is on our heart. So for me, I'm feeling called to say I love you. So I'm going to say that's my water. Okay.
You're abundant. It's really beautiful, the process of talking to and speaking to your water, because what happens is, since it's this liquid, it holds and carries vibration in such a good way. And so it's literally making these crystalline structures, right? And you can look at the different crystalline structures based off of words. Like it was experimented by Masaru Emoto, where he did these experiments to see what kinds of words you speak to water, and then the type of crystalline structure that it would leave. And the positive uplifting words were these divine crystalline structures that are like mandalic and like beautifully woven, and they're all connected and look so like snowflakes and things like that, right? And the ones that had negative words put to them were broken and disparate and had harsher lines and no symmetry, and you could just tell the difference between the two. And so because we're absorbing, because the water is taking its memory and absorbing those words in it, and then our body is made of water, it's literally putting those words in the cellular structure of our body. It's just mirroring into our body those crystalline structures, those beautiful words, and making it a part of our being. Yes, Liv, perfect. So Liv's got the slide for the science of the structure of water. So this is one of those mandalic crystalline structures where it's just so beautiful. And that's what's imprinted on the cells of your body, within the cells of your body. It's what's imprinted in there when you're speaking beautiful things into your water, and then in turn drinking it and taking that into you. Anything that you want to add to that, Liv?
That was so beautiful. It was definitely a great segue into, I had to pull the slide up to give the visual, because this is what our water looks like when it's at its highest vibration. So our body loves water, and the body of water that we are, so the waters in our body are naturally structured that way. And when water gets contaminated, it loses its electrical charge and its pH drops, so its structure changes. So tap water, distilled water, even the alkaline water in the store that is changed chemically with baking soda, which is actually really harmful for your kidneys and for your second gut. I mean, your second mind, your gut, which is like a manifestation tool. Those chemicals really affect your gut. Like that water is not, it doesn't look like this under the microscope. This is when water has an electrical charge and it's been vortexed, and the oxygens and the hydrogens can separate at a faster rate and bond more together. So instead of only two hydrogens bonding and one oxygen bonding, the hydrogen goes up to like 9 and the oxygens go up to 12. And that's giving it more antioxidants, and that's giving it more life. And like when we're hydrated, our brain is like 90% water. And our thoughts are creating our reality. Especially if you're here on this video right now, you already know this to be true. I know that for a fact, especially if you were guided to watch this today. You have become aware of the fact that you're a co-creator of your reality, and the majority of that energy comes from your thoughts. So when your cells in your brain can't absorb the water you're drinking because it's not matching the structure of your DNA and your genetic makeup, you literally don't have the life force energy behind you supporting you to change your thoughts, change your patterns, change the way you feel. And same goes for your gut. If you can't process the food that you're eating with ease because your gut can't absorb the water, it's going to be detrimental to your manifestation game.
I just keep getting the image of like a dried raisin or something. It's like literally like when you say like you're dehydrated, right? When that water's not being absorbed into your stream, then you're not that nice juicy piece of fruit that can just overflow with its juiciness and abundance, right? You're the dried up little raisin that you can't squeeze nothing out of because it's not going anywhere. The water is literally just sitting there. And also too, that's when you get the imbalance within your own electrolyte balance within your body, and it's just like constantly peeing all the time, and you're like, oh, I always drink water, but I don't like drinking so much water because I just have to pee all the time. That's because you're literally not absorbing it.
Yeah, and that's not normal. And when we decide to wake up to water, so much happens. I personally, what's so funny, I wanted to do a little water activation, but we just started flowing, so it's totally fine. We're on it. I love it though, because that's
We
how
still can.
that's the energy of water though. The energy of water is flow. And so when it's not structured and it can't flow, because that's what structured water is. It's those beautiful springs. Like everybody knows that the best water in the world is spring water. Everybody knows that. You know, like you can ask anybody that, but even our springs are being contaminated with chemicals, with runoff from the farms, and the overuse of nutrients that they have for agriculture. It's all tainting the springs. Like they're just not charged as much as they used to be. And like I think it's a direct mirror. The water is a direct mirror of the life force of the people. And like the water losing its charge is like the people losing touch with life and what they're really here for and what they're really supposed to be doing. Like water literally provides us with every tool we need to survive and thrive. And when our waters are poisoned, like our minds are poisoned, our guts are poisoned, our bodies can't function, our spirits become poisoned, our emotions and our thoughts are there too. And I really just feel like water for me and drinking hydrogen rich, electron donating water has allowed me a tool every day that gives me life and doesn't take from me. Like even when I go and get caffeine, like it's taking my energy, you know? And I feel like that's what life's about. Like we have to learn, it's like learning to receive, which is what manifesting with your thoughts is about too, is like learning to receive.
Yeah, which is water, which is the feminine, all about that receiving mode for sure. And thank you. That like beautifully said, Liv. Like I think you're right on point with that. That our, you know, because water does act like a mirror. It has memory and it records the environment of what's going on around it. And with all of those poisons and chemicals and things, I mean, like, does anybody know? Does Detroit even have clean water yet? Flint, Michigan? Like, no, right?
No.
It's like and then people just ignore these things too. It's like, oh yeah, we heard it at one point a couple years ago and it was really big in the news and everybody like, you know, was really upset by it. And then what happened? Nothing happened. And it literally just died off in media or whatever. And I feel like having clean, sustainable, good drinking water is like a basic human right. A basic human right, right? And we're literally taking that from ourselves with what's been going on in the collective. And it is so important to get back to that root of things, to get back to the source of that traditional molecular structure of water and absorbing that back into our bodies to help elevate our consciousness, like Liv was saying, to help us elevate our manifestations and to get clear, right? Like it's like brain lube. When we have that good hydrogen rich water moving around in our brains, it helps us to think more clearly about, okay, this is what I actually want. This is what I desire. I can properly formulate in that mind. Because like, I don't know, it almost in the opposite way, like when you're dehydrated, like what that's going to do is cause brain fog, like no clarity around the types of environment you want to be in or what you want for yourself. It's just, you know, your body's not going to be functioning as well. And we all obviously in our human machine bodies do so much better when we're optimizing our function and when we're working in the best possible way, right? It like things flow better. We're able to think more clearly and be more direct.
Yeah, beautifully said, Kat. It's so I loved the brain fog. I think that's the biggest thing is when you're hydrated, you can process your thoughts better, you can think better, you can see more clearly. And it's like the dehydration is a consciousness, you know, in our community that we're a part of, the Wake Water Co community says that a lot, that when we're dehydrated, like it's a level of consciousness. And it's like when we tap into the magic and the element of water, we're hydrating our consciousness. We're allowing ourselves to really grow in ways through self-love, through self-nurturing, through the feminine, and through the flow, through ease, through trust. Like relaxing the nervous system is such a big deal. And you can't really do that if you're not allowing your brain to not feed your emotional body with negative thoughts anymore.
Yeah.
I feel like we should
Another practice.
go ahead, say what you're
What
gonna say.
were you gonna say? No, I
Oh,
want to hear what you were gonna say first.
okay. I was just gonna say I feel like we should go into a little, I was feeling a water, like a water activation.
Perfect. Yes. But so just before that, that's actually, it's a perfect segue because I was going to say, like, another thing that I like to do with like water manifesting and like really just when I'm at any water source is like I pray over my water. And like when I go on a hike and I see a spring or whatever, like I speak light language, I touch that water, I make sure that I send prayers and blessings to it so that it can carry that vibration of healing out and keep flowing down the tributaries and the rivers and the small little systems to carry that blessing out, right? And that is a big way that we can start to change this collective consciousness around water as well.
I love that. I love that. So let's like go right into it. Let's everybody, when you're in a place where you can ground, you can do this, or you can just do it wherever you're listening to, you'll receive the activation of it. And we're just going to reconnect everybody's soul and everybody's lineage back to the sacred waters of the Holy Mother and our amniotic fluids and the divine amniotic fluids, the water creation, the waters of the earth and the aquifers, the waters in the rivers and in the oceans. Water, we thank you. We thank you for the life you give us. We thank you for the energy you bring. Thank you, water. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, water. Ooh. Adivianto okuriata kata kisiam nana vosoto kolowai yevagata katsianana hayata kasanta varato usatarai miasta to sotavalakambe eki kiawaya navakasta tatia naretiki lokurava mustivia santa aikia wanda roku sotavanda aikia wana harataki vananaha.
Feeling that light language go into each and every one of your cells and into the DNA and into the hydrogen molecules, the little water bubbles that hold your DNA together, and feel that light language activate your waters to the sacred, holy 33 divine Christos energy. Feeling the lyrics come in, feeling the Syrians come in. And activating the waters beneath your feet, in your 10th chakra, in the earth, deep in the earth, in the core of the earth, where our holy sacred waters sit. Connect with that energy, connect with that feminine, that nurturer, that flow.
Giving thanks to all of the life that lives within water, all of the creatures, all of the animals, all the ecosystems that go on to keep those waters flowing and moving and healthy and just in their highest peak, and allowing all of those ecosystems within water to be blessed and to know that we give gratitude and thanks to all of it to help them thrive and do what they do to keep our water healthy and flowing and moving for us.
Yes. And can we all just collectively send our highest intentions, our Reiki energy, our good energy, our spiritual energy to the waters of the earth? May we see clean water for all.
Yes, 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 yes.
And may we use the resources that we are given financially and in other ways to create that dream for the whole of
Aho, I stand behind that so fully and wholly. I love that. Yes, yes, yes.
Sending a golden light down the spine into the earth, sealing that healing in. Let us know how that was in the comments. So
Take a big drink of your water.
yeah, drink your water. Kat and I are part of Wake Water Collective, which works with the company Enagic to create financial freedom and generational wealth for people by sharing an amazing product called Kangen water. I'm gonna show you guys on the slides here. Let's get a little visual. And Kat actually has a really powerful testimony. We didn't really get into like the health of water, but the majority of water, I mean, hold on, let's backtrack. The water's just so on my mind right now. The majority of disease is due to damaged DNA. And so our DNA gets damaged when our cells, like Kat was saying, like shriveled through, our cells aren't hydrated. The little tiny water molecules that hold our DNA together, they get damaged and our DNA gets damaged. And then that creates dis-ease in the body. And water, cellularly hydrating yourself, giving you multiple antioxidants, hydrogen-rich, electron-donating water allows you to prevent that, to prevent dis-ease.
And also too, can I just say, this is coming up for me so strong. For those of you who are looking for that like fountain of youth recipe, like this is that, right? Because it helps with antioxidation, which is your cells aging, right? And so it's helping to keep them hydrated so that they don't oxidate. So it literally is like this fountain of youth.
Yeah. And there's actually a way to test it too. There's an ORP meter, which reads the level of oxygen in the water. And some of our teammates on the Wake Water Collective have gone to places like Greece and other fountain of youth spots and tested the springs there. And this machine, the K8, actually had a higher ORP reading than those water sources because of how global warming and all the current things happening with our environment are affecting that, you know? And so this water technology was actually created by the former president of Sony, who worked with Dr. Emoto. Kat mentioned him at the beginning. He was a doctor and studied water under microscopes and how the molecules responded to certain words that were on the cups of the outside of the water. And it was really, truly amazing to see. And we showed you some of the pictures of that. And he helped create this machine. He helped create this technology for household. And it's through the company Enagic that we distribute these machines as independent distributors, because the president of Sony, and who is now, I can't remember his name, Mr. Oshimura, I have to remember. I'm still learning more about the company as I go. But he actually had a really traumatic childhood where he was victimized many times. He lost his whole family to bad water after World War II. And it really inspired him to create something where people could get healed by water. And so the machine was actually designed to filter out Agent Orange because of the Agent Orange poisoning that happened in World War II. And when we distribute this machine independently, it's because the president of this company wants us to be empowered financially. Like, it really is an opportunity to build a financial dream if you really become passionate about influencing people for their health and sharing this water and believing in it yourself and having results yourself. And I want Kat to share her story about the water real quick.
Yeah. So I found Kangen probably like 6 years ago or so, and my brother was actually the one that introduced it to me because I was struggling with underactive thyroid, and I was doing a lot of different things. I did some cleanses and I went to an herbalist, and he helped me to detox my body and get back to a homeostasis. And one of the things that helped me in conjunction with that was drinking the Kangen water. I was drinking this high alkalized pH it was crazy because like I felt my body detoxing. Like I definitely went through a period where um I'm trying to, because it was so many years ago when I first started it, but like it's I could tell it was like pulling things through and like resetting myself. And I definitely could tell a difference between like not drinking it and drinking it with like how tired I felt, how mostly too with my digestive system. And that's always, even to this day, like if I stop drinking it for like a week or something for whatever
Wow.
reason and then go back to it, immediately I can feel my digestive system like reawakening and like moving back very, very quickly. And I'm like, whoa, that's nuts. So
Yeah.
anyway, so with the thyroid, anybody who knows who like struggles with this, it's a very, very slow moving organ. And so basically it took time and it took like years, but essentially like it's helped to maintain my thyroid health. And like even more so, like so that's it's like it's interesting because I feel like I have a good testimony, because I felt that, I experienced it, and I can share that how I know it really, really helped me. But even more so was when I was able to see the healing of the water on it in an external place. So like for my brother, he deals with an autoimmune of psoriasis, and like I've literally watched that when he is with diet and exercise and things as well, like, but when he's drinking the water also in conjunction with it, those spots are like dissipating. And so it's such a boost to the immune system and really just like helping with the other things that you're doing to add as that catalyst to like just catapult your health into a new direction.
Yeah. And I was thinking what you said, you felt things like literally leaving your body. That's what the water does. Once it's able to be absorbed,
Yeah.
it pushes the toxins out of your cells. And then that
Yep.
comes through your gut.
Oh, I was just gonna say that's the main thing too. When I drink Kangen, like I actually feel hydrated. Like I always drank tons of water before because I knew it was good for me, but it literally just felt like it was running through my body, and I always still felt thirsty, and it was just like not. It didn't really feel like it was doing very much, and it felt like it was actually like sitting in my belly. Like I would get a water
Yeah.
belly, and it would just be in there. Whereas when I drank the Kangen, like I actually feel my cells absorbing
Yeah,
it.
same. I remember the first time I ever drank it, I literally was like, I've never felt this hydrated before. If you've never tried
Yeah.
Kangen water and you are willing to try it, we offer a free 2-week trial. And we'll find someone close to you that can share. Just DM us the word water or comment the word water wherever you're watching this from, and we'll answer you and we'll get you hooked up to try the water. That's the best way to experience it because the machine is an investment. Like we're saying, this company offers you an opportunity to share this water with your family and friends and your community and build a network marketing business with it. And this is one of the best network marketing companies I've ever seen because the commission is so high. And because they pay their people so well, and because their product has a certified um, a medical device certification, so that means like in Okinawa, they're literally these machines are placed in hospitals. So these are medical devices. So when you buy one, it's actually a full tax write-off. The machines are $5,000. They're $4,980. And I mean, Kat, you even have a testimony with getting your machine too,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Because
I invested.
you tried the water like 2 years before you got your machine.
I think it was more than that. I feel like maybe 3 years or four. Like it was a while because yeah, because I've only had it for 2 years now. So and I've been in my world for like six. So it was like 4 years before I even got my machine. And it was
Yeah.
crazy because like and that's one thing I have to say is like if you can try the water and you're skeptical, please just try it because like that was what sold me. Like I started drinking it and immediately after like a couple weeks, like I just felt so much better. And like I knew immediately that I was going to get a machine eventually when I was ready. And so it was funny because like once you once you get on the water path, it's sort
Yeah.
of, you can't get away from it. It keeps finding you again. And
Yep.
so that was like a thing. It was like I forgot about it for a little bit and stopped, and then like, oh yeah, why did I like stop drinking this water? Well, mostly it was because of traveling and other things that came up in my world, but like it just kept coming back to me, and I'm like, yes, I need this in my life. And then you know, I totally invested it during the time that we were having it was like during COVID and everybody was in lockdown, and we got those stimulus checks, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to make my investment now for myself. And I'm so glad that I did. I don't look back. Like, I share water with my community around me, with people that need it. And if any of those in the community watching this now need some more or whatever, let me know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just been this journey of like, and my machine is finally paid off. Like, they do these payment plan things if you need it. And like, I was so grateful for that in my life. If I could have paid it off in full, I definitely would
Yeah.
have, but it was, yeah, it just would have been so much easier. However, it was helpful for the position that I was in to do it in that way. And I'm so grateful that they offer opportunities like that. So it's not just like, oh, well, you're just beat if you can't get it. It's not like that. Like, they work to find ways to help you to be able to do it. And like, I mean, it's honestly like, it's changed my life, and I'm just really grateful for it.
We just saw someone's story. They did the math. If you're buying bottled water, if you're spending money on water, you're spending up to $22,950 a year on water.
Insane.
So one $5,000 investment, these machines last for 45 to 50 years, maybe even longer. And they have a 5-year warranty on them, which covers some things. And there's so many self-protective tools, like a self-cleaning model, and you can clean it yourself. You should clean it yourself. That can just keep the longevity of it. And it's like you have living water at your sink, and it's not just drinking water. It's a full-on household device. Like when I'm on a period and I bleed through my pants, I use the 11.5 to get the blood out. I can clean my house with 2.5, which is, it kills 99.9% of bacteria. And now I'm a chemical-free home. I use the beauty water when I'm rushing to get the kids to school, put our head under.
I love the beauty water.
It makes my hair so soft, and it helps any itchy scalp that I have, any dandruff that I have. It nourishes my scalp.
It helps me with hair growth too.
Yeah, it helps with hair growth.
Which was another thing I had a problem with because of my thyroid.
Yeah, there's just so many ways that this works. And when you decide to invest in your machine, you have the opportunity to sell these machines as well. And you're not just like, okay, you bought a machine. No, you come into a community that's doing it too, and you're fully supported. There's free coaching opportunities. There's in-person retreats that happen multiple times a year. There's live trainings, there's Telegram chats. It's really a beautiful thing what's being created with water. And it's like what Kat was saying at the beginning, like we're recreating that watering hole. And that's what this academy, that's what the Lightworkers Water Wellness Academy is about, is bringing people together through hydration. And we want to help you build. And for anybody that, you know, is an influencer already or has a career or whatever, you can do this no matter what you're doing, because everybody drinks water. And if you really utilize the support, you can build a nice side hustle that can give you a couple $1,000s a month if you desire, you know. And you're supported in doing that, not just by Kat and I, but by like literally what we have, like 1,000 people in the Wakewater co-chats. And our team is personally growing every day. So if you're interested in connecting with us about water, even if you just want to have a conversation with us, let us know.
Definitely.
Final water remarks.
I don't think I have anything. Just excited to like connect with you guys, and to just like, I don't know, right? Put love in the water and watch that water spread and move and flow.
And we have more video. If you're like someone who wants like more science or just more understanding of how the commission structure works, we have so many resources to help you understand all that before you make your investment. And we're more than willing to walk you through that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So just DM us the word water, get you connected, and we love you guys. I will
Ooh,
see
love
you next
you.
time. Bye.